Okay, so let's just dig into problem 2, week 5 next. Back into the assignments. There's problem 1, problem 2. Using the following data, calculate the monthly distribution demand charge using Schedule LTOU, Section 4A3 from Burbank Water and Power based on the 12 months of data. Calculate the reliability service demand charge for each month. Answer the total annual cost and the average standard deviation, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not asking you to calculate the total bill, only the peak demand fee. All right, so let's just first grab the data. So I'm just going to put my mouse over this in the Moodle shell. Get it just so. I'm going to do Control-C, and I'm going to pop over File, Save As, week 4, week 5. I'm just going to say this is problem set 5. Save. So that was basically my start on problem 1. I'm going to get a new sheet. Just call it problem 2, and I've already copied my data, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. And another thing, in case you hadn't seen this before, if you go up here and double click on the boundary, it'll tighten that text up. So let's reread what we're actually looking at here. Distribution demand charge, secondary, section 4A3 from Burbank. Okay, there's Burbank. What's the total annual cost and the average? All right. So I think what we're looking at here, since this is power and not energy, we're looking at whatever the peak power was and what the power factor was at that peak. That's the way I'm reading it. So we're going to go out and look at Schedule LTOU. So we're looking for section 4A3. Section 2, 4A3. Okay. Here's section 4, et cetera, last updated, description, basic service rate, 4A3. I'm just going to grab that and see what happens. Nothing good. So,
can't get my data.
Paste?
That's putting it all in one column.
Oh, here's another trick. Let me show you another trick. I'll show you another trick.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna write this down first, but I'll show you another trick for importing into Excel. So the minimum is 1322.26. 1322.26. And the KVA reliability service demand charge is $822. 22. And these are in dollars. Currency. Okay. So if we go back though, so again, all I did was go down to the Schedule L2, General Service Secondary, over 250 kVA. Back here, if this is giving you trouble, so I'm gonna copy it here again, Control C, and now I'm gonna go into Notepad, do Control V, I think. Let's just see what happens. That might make it worse, I'm not sure.
Control C doesn't work.
Control C, Control V doesn't work?
No.
Are you in Firefox?
In Google Chrome.
Maybe it's a Chrome thing, I don't know. Might also be able to hit like Shift or Control. No. Well, what I was going to suggest, and this might not work the way I intended, but let's just try it. File, save as, courses, ETEC 214, week 5. I'm just going to call it data. Now, if I go into Excel, I'm going to get a new sheet going. I'm going to try to file, import. No, do it this way. File, open. Courses 214, week 5, and I'm just going to say all files, and here's data, and I'm going to open it. Now it's going to ask me if the data is delimited, and in this case it is, because you can see there's like these spaces where I shouldn't, yeah. Right. So I'm going to hit next. And then what I was hoping for was that there would just be like a space there, but it could be that it's a new line character, which might actually be this. I'm just going to try. Yeah, it's not exactly. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, from here you can just sort of take stuff and move it. You know, with a small data set like this, it might just be easiest to do it by hand. Let's see what I'm doing there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Not the best, but
Thanks anyways.
Okay. But sometimes you can take a nice little textbook or just a notepad file and import it that way. Okay, so reliability. So we've got the data in. We know that we're going to get charged $13.22.26 minimum. It's not clear if that's monthly or annual. And then $8.22 for all KVA. So now we're looking at the apparent power, not the reactive power. But let's go back. Let's just see if we have enough information here to solve it. The monthly distribution demand charge. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Based on the 12 months of data, calculate the reliability service demand charge. So is there a formula for that in that Burbank water? That's what I'm not sure about. It's just, I'm going to copy that down so I can toggle back to it. Monthly distribution demand. So we got to calculate that. And the reliability for each month. Okay. So section 2 is small, general, without demand. Section 3 is minimum, and section 4 is where we are. Distribution charge. Okay, so yeah, so we need to okay, so it's minimum per month, so the distribution demand charge and then the reliability. Okay, so there's also the customer service charge. Okay, I am not asking you to calculate the total bill, so that means we're not going to look at the meter. We'll just leave that off, right?
Right.
So we're not doing the total bill. So distribution demand charge, 11. So that's 1770.87 per month. $1770.87. 1770.87. All KVA is 1104. This is KVA. This is monthly minimum. I'm going to put both of those as currency. All right. So now what we have to do is get to well, first let's work on the distribution demand charge, and then we'll get to the monthly minimum. I'm guessing this is still just January. It's not written, but there's 12 months there, so I'm just going to label it as such. Monthly minimum equals, there it is, and I'm going to peg that with a number 12. So you're going to get hit with that no matter what. Let's just double check. Peak Distribution demand charge. So we need to get from power and power factor to kVA. Let's pull that up. I think that's just going to be sine or cosine. Grab another resource. I'm just going to double check. Let's just hit this guy really quick. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's good. It's just that simple. So if we've got the true power and the power factor, we can get the apparent power. And the power factor itself. So I'm gonna copy this guy. I want to dig out the trig function here though. Took a few notes. Let's hop back out of here. Yeah. Okay. So the power factor itself is the cosine of the angle between those two. So the apparent power is always going to be greater than or equal to the real power. The apparent power is the kVA. It's the hypotenuse of the triangle, and it's just a triangle. That's all it is. It's a right triangle. So the cosine of that angle is the near side divided by the hypotenuse. And the other way to think of that is the cosine of 0. So if that angle were 0, the cosine of 0 is just 1. And we can prove that to ourselves right here. So equals cosine 0, boom. So if the apparent power and the true power are the same, your power factor is 1. And that's kind of what you're aiming for. It's also notable here, if we look at these guys, the power factors are close to 1. They're closer to 1 than they are to 0. So you know you're on the right track there. So control 1, I'm just going to make those numbers. I'm going to make them all 2 decimal points. They look the same. Okay. So that's kilowatts. So now we're going to calculate kVA from that formula. So kVA is the real power divided by the power factor. Equals real power divided by the power factor. And as expected, it's greater, right? So the real power was 275. The apparent power was 372. Then once we got that formula correct, we can just drag it down here. And since we're only using 3 significant digits, I'm going to do the same thing here, number with nothing after the decimal. We'll call that good. And now I'm just going to make all the font the same. Okay. I'm also going to center this up. Okay. So we're still working on the distribution demand charge.
Yeah, I didn't see what you did for the E column. That's the
Oh, this
monthly
one?
minimum.
Yeah. So I came over, I went to the, I was here at the website where all of the charges are listed. The distribution demand charge per month is $17.70.87. I just typed it down here in notes, and then I just said this. I went up here and said this equals that box.
Oh, okay.
And then I want to drag it so that I can drag it effectively. I just put a $sign right here, and now when I drag it, it's just the same number over and over again. So now we can say DDC for the KVA is what that is. This is the DDC for the monthly minimum. And so since we know what the KVA is, this is going to be equal whatever number that is times the KVA. Again, I'll just put that $sign in there to pin it. Drag it.
That was the KVA under
Distribution demand charge, yeah. Just put a little box around that. So I've got those two numbers. We're paying a lot for that KVA because our power factor was so low. Let's go back to the problem statement. Monthly distribution. Peak demand fee. So I think this is probably the only this is the peak demand fee right here. So let's just see what he wants on that. Total annual cost, fine. Total. So equals sum, open paren. There you go. So the boss is like, why the heck are we spending $50,000 a year? Now, this stuff is actually real. I mean, I just got done doing some engineering for a company that's making power factor correction hardware. And when you start looking at $50,000 a year in penalties, $20,000 box on the wall actually starts to make some sense. So there's the total. Average equals average, open paren, drag it, close it, done. What else? Standard deviation, STDEV, STDEV equals STDEV, that one, open paren, close paren, turn that into money, currency, fine, okay. Minimum equals minimum, open paren, drag it, close it, max equals max, open paren, drag it, close it, there we go. Okay, so now you can go and tell your boss, well, yeah, we spent $47,553.90 on distribution demand charges. The average was $39.62 a month, with a standard deviation of $452. Our lowest month was, I think there's a way to come out here and identify which cell it was. Equals match. Lookup value, comma, lookup array. I thought that would just tell us which cell we were in. Lookup array, match type. Exact match. Let's just try that. Oh. Because that just told me it was in the 4th month. See that? I just used the match function.
Yeah.
There's another way to probably just get April in there, but anyway. Okay, so we did that part. Let's go on to the next part. It says now, calculate the reliability service demand charge. Let's go back to this guy. Reliability services, all KVA. It's going to be less. These are actually pretty low. Well, I don't know. The summer on peak is 17 cents a kilowatt hour. Winter and summer off peak. Your on peak almost doubles. Burbank, California. Your rates double if you're burning in the middle of the day, running your air conditioning. Okay, but let's finish up and get the reliability service demand charge. RSDC. And I'll just do it the same way that we did the last one. We'll just put a little vertical column in there for legibility. These are our inputs over here. I'll just put those, I'll merge them. This is the DDC, I'll just merge them. So the RS, so this is going to be the reliability service demand charge, monthly minimum, equals that. I'll do a $sign on that. Take it, scroll it. The KVA we already know. In fact, I think maybe the thing to do here, this might be a little tidier. Insert. So I'm going to grab this whole column. I'm just going to drag it over here. I put the KVAs over as an input. And I'm going to take this text that I put, slide it over here, And now I'm just going to get rid of this whole, let me just delete that column. Actually, first I'll unmerge that. And now I'm just going to delete this column. And now these two lines can be my DDC. And now I can do my reliability service demand charge, KVA. And again, this just equals whatever the KVA is times the charge itself. Throw another dollar sign in front of that. Drag it. Now I've already gone to the trouble of calculating all these guys. I'm just going to take, I'm going to go Control C right here. This is pretty clutch because now I don't have to type anything else. Control C. I'll put my cursor right here. Control V. And why is it the same? Hang on. Time out. Oh, so I used the wrong box. Wrong box twice. Not a problem. Take that, drag it again. Take this, drag it again. Nice. Okay. So let's go back to our problem statement. Peak demand fee. Now, and I think we're getting charged for both of these. You know, the distribution demand fee and the reliability fee. So I'm thinking the answer is actually this. Equals the sum of both fees. I could be wrong, but on the other hand, I'd rather see you give too much information than not enough. So you can just take this guy, drag it down. Average. I don't think that's the right way to do the average, is it? Yeah, the min and the max don't make a whole lot of, you know, as much sense because they might not have occurred in the same month. No, they probably did. They probably did. We could test. We could say equals match, open paren, this number, comma, these numbers. Comma, 0. Currency, number. Yeah, so the minimum was April for both fees, and the maximum was December for both fees. So we can basically say that your minimum value is correct and your maximum value is correct because they happen in the same month. I don't think the standard deviation has quite as much meaning there if you're adding two standard deviations.
Is the standard deviation?
The standard dev, it's just, you just type in STDEV, and it comes up just like any other function, you know, if you're doing minimum or maximum. So first type equals, when you type equals, Microsoft Excel will know that you're about to put a function in, and stdev will take care of the rest. stdev, and there are several, but just use that one, the vanilla one.
Okay.
They might all give the same value, but just use that one. Is that working for you? Good.
Yep.